Hello creators, and welcome to this week's news desk at the Digital Forge. I am Freya, and today we are going to look at what is happening in the UK with AI licensing, as well as an interesting story from Japan and development from 11 Labs. So, let's dive in. Today, the UK is making a move that could redraw the line between creators and AI. The government is publishing its position on AI training and copyright. And at the center of it is a controversial idea. Train now, pay later. Here's what that actually means in practice. AI companies could train their systems on copyrighted music without asking permission first, classifying it as research, even when the end goal is commercial products. Payment, if it happens, comes later, after the work has already been used. That's a fundamental shift. The UK would move from a permission-first system to a use-first system, where the burden shifts onto creators to respond after the fact, instead of having control at the start. Pushback is not small. High-profile artists like Elton John and Paul McCartney have already helped stall earlier versions of this idea. Now the pressure is broader. Parliamentary warnings, industry resistance. The Don't Steal This Book protest, backed by over 10,000 authors. This is no longer a niche debate. It's a line being drawn. And this is happening inside a very active AI music ecosystem. The UK is already home to serious players. Aiva Technologies, Stable Audio, Voclea Music, Roex Mozart AI. If this policy lands, the UK becomes one of the easiest places in the world to train AI music systems. But here's the counter-move. A UK company called Poison Pill is building tools designed to block or disrupt AI training on creative work. Right now, that kind of protection is optional. If this policy goes through, it stops being optional. It becomes one of the only ways creators can defend their work. The real tension is what happens next. If the UK allows unrestricted training, but other regions stay permission first, you get a split system. Train in the UK, then sell globally. That gap between where AI is trained and where it's used is where the next fight happens. This isn't just policy. This is infrastructure. Whoever controls training controls the future of music. And right now, the UK is deciding who gets that control. While the UK leans towards use first, the rest of the world is not hesitating. They're moving the other way. And more importantly, they're not just debating policy, they're building systems. South Korea isn't arguing about permission. They're engineering enforcement. The Korea Music Copyright Association, alongside major industry partners, is developing a blockchain-based tracking system for AI training. What does that actually mean? Every use of music in AI training can be tracked. Rights data, ISWC, ISRC, gets embedded into a unified ledger. Royalties can be automated, not negotiated after the fact. This isn't theory, this is infrastructure. They're not asking if AI should be licensed. They're building a system where it has to be. Europe is drawing a clear line. The European Parliament has formally backed a permission-first approach to AI music. That direction has been heavily pushed by the International Confederation of Music Publishers. And the message is simple. AI training on copyrighted music must be opt-in. Not assumed, not implied. Explicitly licensed. So now the split is real. Two paths are emerging. The UK model. Open the doors first, deal with rights later. The global model. Build systems and rules that enforce permission from the start. But here's the part most people are missing. These aren't opposing endgames. They're different routes to the same destination. No serious player believes AI training will stay free. Not governments, not publishers, not the tech companies building this base. The difference is strategy. One side is buying time, the other is building control. And the side that builds the rails that work first usually decides who gets to ride the train. This week, 11 Labs quietly pushed something important inside 11 Creative. It's called Music Fine-Tunes, and this is not a small feature update. Here's what it does. Creators can now train the system on their own music, not just to generate random outputs, but to produce vocals, instrumentals, and full songs, all with a consistent style and identity. You're no longer describing a sound. You're teaching the system what your sound is. There are 2 entry points. Upload your own material to build a custom fine-tune with copyright checks in place, or start from preloaded styles to Afro House, Arabic groove, 80s new disco. So whether you're building from scratch or adapting a bass style, the direction is the same. This is the real shift. This is a shift from prompting to personalization. Before, make me something that sounds like this. Now, this is my sound. Build from it. Style is no longer just a description. It becomes an asset that is reusable, trainable, and ownable. This is where AI music will start behaving like a system you can train. The creators who understand this early won't just make tracks. They'll build sound identities. A project called Neon Oni just crossed a line the industry's been circling for a while. It started as fiction. A producer known as Kage built a fully AI-generated Japanese metal band using Suno. Not just songs, full tracks, music videos, band members with bios, merch, a complete identity. And it worked. Neon Oni pulled in around 80,000 monthly listeners on Spotify before people started noticing the cracks. The small AI artifacts, the inconsistencies, and traced the project back to Europe. Here's what happened. The project didn't collapse. It evolved. Instead of shutting it down, Kage recruited 7 real musicians in Tokyo to bring the project to life on stage. 3 live shows have already been completed, and a headline gig has been planned for March 29th, with 5 more shows planned through spring. What started as synthetic is now physical. This is the model that's now emerging. AI builds the concept. AI proves there is a demand for the concept. Humans step in to scale it. It's validation first, reality second. This is not a gimmick. This is a pipeline. Test the band before it exists. Build the audience before the cost. Then bring in humans when it's already working. The line between AI music and traditional music isn't breaking down. It's being managed. Thank you for joining me for this week's news desk. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up to date with the developments in the AI music scene. It also helps the channel build and allows us to bring you more stories as they break. So, creators, enthusiasts, listeners, and all others who are just curious, keep creating and keep being curious. I am Freya. This is the Digital Forge News Desk, and I will see you on the next one.